So hey friends, welcome to my new channel, Utmost Side Quest. If you're not familiar with me, my name is Voltaire. I have another channel called Utmost Coin Reviews, and that one is something that I started out with, I don't know, a while ago, and was really just focused on tech reviews, quality items, and all that sort of stuff. Kind of just been using it as a catch-all for everything, but as I've, learned more about YouTube and gotten some recommendations, as I start wanting to diversify my content and wanting to do other things, especially because I just built a computer and I want to do gaming and do some other things with my fiance in terms of content, I just need another place for it. So while I'm going to continue on with my main channel, all of that around quality over hype, really more serious videos around reviews, more deep dives into nice products, this one is sort of just to capture all my other interests. And when I think about it, it really comes down to 4 verticals of what I want to put in here. Obviously gaming, because we just got a new computer that we built. Also cooking and recipes, trying new things out. Samika's been doing a lot of cooking recently because I just had my molars extracted, and I thought it would be nice to sort of record some of those items as we try to work on, getting a little bit better with our cooking chops and our technique. I'm super big on knives. She's more about the cooking, but maybe we can kind of coalesce those things together. And then on that same front, health. I have been starting sort of health vlogs on my other channel, but I'm probably going to move them over here just because it makes more sense. But, I'm trying to get healthier, not only for my wedding, but for my future. I struggle with high cholesterol a little bit, so it's something that I've been trying to monitor. I'm relatively healthy, but I think I just need to get better about cardio and nutrition and consistency. So that's something that I want to sort of log here as sort of my accountability on this channel as well. So that's the 3rd pillar. And then 4th would be travel, or just shooting the shit around the city. There's a ton of different things I want to do in terms of travel content, and also just exploring what's going around in Boston and Seattle and the cities that I'm in. Especially if I start traveling for work, I do want to kind of log those things and see what the cool stuff is, and sort of catalog that sort of as a journal for me. But I really want this channel not to just be about things that I want to try, but also about what you guys want to see tried. I think as I was trying to construct what I wanted out of this channel, it was really about getting away from the main course, if that makes sense. Instead of just focusing on the mission and grinding out for levels or grinding out for promotions and all this other stuff, there's a ton of benefit by just exploring, playing, just going on detours and then coming back. I think this is something that I've noticed with the games that I like to play and the anime I like to watch, is just the characters get rewarded for going off the beaten path, or just going off to do a side quest. You get some loot, you get some experience, you learn some mechanics about the game, you learn some mechanics about the anime, and as a result, when you're finally doing the main mission, you're better. So it's not even just about me exploring the other things that I like, it's also just exploring things in general that kind of take us out of our comfort zone, and will help us, get better for whatever we're actually trying to do at the end of the day. So I think having this sort of side channel not only will give me an outlet to try all those things, but hopefully it'll also make the main channel better by, 1, making me interact with you guys more, but 2, also developing my tastes without having to risk it on the main channel, if that makes sense. Because the main channel is really I'm really good with, analyzing tech, analyzing audio, playing around with new Kickstarters and all that sort of stuff, and really just determining if there's nice quality. It's a lot of the reasons why I have built my expertise isn't because I come from that background, it's because I played with it, right? I played with headphones, I played with tech, I played with clothes, I played with different styles. That's how I've developed my tastes. That's how I developed the things that I know. It hasn't been through classical training. So I think that's the reason why I want to have this kind of playground here with y'all, so that we can kind of develop those tastes together. See what sticks around, what doesn't, what becomes a ritual, what we deem is not worthy or not worth the time. This is kind of a great forum for that. And before we continue, I do want to talk about sort of the symbol that we're using for this channel, which is kind of already here on the bottom, but it's a lantern. And the reason why I wanted to use a lantern was because that's kind of the exploration mindset, right? So when you go into a cave somewhere unknown, usually explorers have some sort of lantern, torch, whatever. You've seen them in a lot of RPG games. I just thought it was appropriate for this sort of exploration type channel where we're looking at unseen paths or just something off the beaten path. I did put in the name of the channel in there, so the flame of the U is there, the wires around the glass makes the S, and then the frame itself with the lever on the gas makes the Q. So from reading inside out, you get the acronyms for this channel. So it is something that will be a recurring theme. Well, we'll throw in, obviously we have the watermark, we have, you know, on the banners and all that sort of stuff, but we'll be using this lantern as sort of a symbol for what we're proceeding with. I do want this channel to also be a little bit more collaborative. Like, while I have been taking suggestions on the other channel around like what things you guys want to see from technology and all this other stuff, some people have been asking more about like more casual things like musical tastes or video game tastes or food tastes, like all that sort of stuff. Like, and I can't really bring it onto that channel because there's just no segue. I have tried to influence it, but like, because of how YouTube works, they really try to pick you into niches. So unless I want my main channel to be affected or just like that content to get zero traction, I need to build something separate that will actually be visible, but also not really detract from what I've built over the last few years with Utmost Coin. So that's the reason for the separation, and that's what we're trying to do here. So obviously I talked about like some of the first few videos are going to be vlogs around my health journey. I've been trying to shoot like a compilation of clips from the month telling you how I'm tracking and all that sort of stuff. But again, I want to try to get more things in terms of gaming and, you know, exploring around the city so that I can bring that content here. So I think the biggest thing, if you guys are really watching this, is what you guys want to see, is like what things you want me to try, whether it's like you want me neti pot, or do you want me to try some like toothpaste brand. Like, again, these are something people have been asking me for, so that's the reason I'm using it as top of mind examples. Like, what do you guys want to see that you're kind of curious of, but like too scared to try for yourself? Because I'm okay with trying it, as long as it's not like skydiving or anything like that. But if it's just like a product to try, a regimen to try, you know, like random stuff like cologne, I don't know. If you need to know more about Japanese denim, I went through a whole thing about that. Like, whatever you guys want to see, I'll try to be more like interactive with you guys around that and try to implement that more core into the content more regularly than I would on the Utmost Coin. Utmost Coin is just built into this thing where, you know, people send me stuff and I feel obligated to review them, and I just really need to suss out like, that is the stuff where we determine quality. This is the channel that we determine our tastes for said quality. So we want to learn a lot about stuff by trying a bunch of stuff, and then hopefully we'll get better and develop our tastes for the main channel. So I know this is a lot of ranting, but I needed to at least put a sort of, what is this, like my hole in the ground, or my flag in the ground around this sort of topic and why I'm spinning up a new channel. So all you guys' ideas are going to be super welcome. I'm going to be checking the comments all the time. Obviously, it's going to take a little bit time to grow this channel, but I do appreciate you guys kind of sticking around. If you're not new, if you've been here for a while, but if you are new, I'm happy that you found this channel, and hopefully you stick around and we can try stuff together. So join the side quest.